I'm Warren Mendes, and today I'm cooking with some beautiful pork from the delicious Harvey Norman Produce Awards. It's Bundarra Berkshire pork from Barham in New South Wales. And I've got this beautiful, beautiful rack of pork here. But what I'm actually gonna do is turn it into a spiced pork schnitzel with a beautiful crunchy pear and fennel slaw. So instead of cooking that whole rack, which would be beautiful, I've taken these little cutlets and cut off the skin. So we're not doing any crackling here. All of our crunch is gonna come from a spiced breadcrumb mixture, which we're gonna make. So to give it a bit of punch, I've got some roasted spices. So you could use whatever spices you have at home here, but I've got some fennel seeds, coriander seeds, and some cumin. And they've been toasted, so they're really fragrant already. We're just gonna give them a bit of a pounding. These spices are just gonna add a really nice fragrance to the schnitzel. So we'll just go in to the panko. You could use regular breadcrumbs, but panko gives such a beautiful crunch. And just a little bit of salt. Give that a mix together. That spice breadcrumb mixture is done. We coat the pork in the flour. I'm just gonna go in with some eggs. And I'm using a combination of kind of equal parts egg to mustard to coat each of the pork cutlets. So we'll just whisk up those eggs. And then add a decent amount of Dijon mustard. That obviously goes beautifully with pork, but it's gonna just give that coating a lot more flavor than just ordinary egg. And I think to always remember, whatever we're dredging in, always season each of the bowls. So we've seasoned the breadcrumbs, season your flour, bit of pepper as well. And with that pork, if you think it's a bit too thick or you've got a really big piece, you can always just put it between two pieces of baking paper and either just press it down or, give it a smack with something. And you want it about 2.5 centimeters thick. It's hard work, actually. Okay, we can start to coat all of these pork cutlets. So we'll go first of all into the flour, then into the egg, into the panko. The way to get a really good crumb coating on the whole thing is to get your weight into it and actually compress down all those pieces onto a tray, and then we'll do the other three as well. So you can just tell that this is gonna make an epic, epic schnitty, beautiful pork. It's free-range pork that won a gold medal at the delicious Harvey Norman Produce Awards, and I just know it's gonna make an epic, epic meal here. Okay, so set up another production line here. It's my gateway to goldenness for these beautiful pork cutlets. So I'm gonna be cooking these in the Tefal Oleo Clean deep fry with digital timer. Warren, you could do this. I'm using the Tefal Oleo Clean, which is a deep fry with a digital thermometer. You can get this at Harvey Norman. I'm gonna be cooking the pork cutlets at 160 until they're perfectly cooked through and we have a really, really nice golden crust. Okay, so just a quick little check because I'm too impatient. Probably a couple more minutes. I want that coating to be completely golden and crisp. So if you've got little blonde spots, just keep it in there a little bit more. And then we're gonna drain it on a rack. You need to remember that paper towel is not the right thing to drain something crispy on. You wanna go on a rack so then you have air underneath it as well, and that way you're gonna maintain your crispiness. Okay, so they're looking great. And we'll let the pork rest, just like as if you were cooking a steak. We're gonna let it rest on this rack while we cook the other two. And second batch is done. Perfectly, perfectly golden. And you can tell how crispy that's gonna be. So to go with that beautiful crispy pork, we're gonna have a nice crunchy fresh salad as well. So a simple slaw. I've got some very, very thinly shaved fennel here, and then just gonna go in with some thinly shaved pear as well. Now just toss that all together. And just a little tip to prevent this all from going brown, just give it a good squeeze of lemon juice, decent amount of salt, some nigella seeds, and finally just some thick yogurt, and then some parsley leaves, and then just toss it all together to coat. The salad is done, so we can dish up one of these beautiful pork cutlets, and you can just tell here, you've still got so much great crispiness over there. A few more nigella seeds, extra salt, because I just always need extra salt, and some parsley. And the moment of truth to dig in, look at that. That pork is perfectly cooked And you can just see it's kind of cocooned with this beautiful, beautiful crispy crumb. Bit of aioli, bit of freshness. Oh, that is properly good. Beautiful pork, fresh salad, that's all you could want from a meal. So if you'd like this recipe and more about the delicious Harvey Norman Produce Awards, head to delicious.com.au.